Hey everybody, welcome to the Chivaverse. Today we're going to talk about playing against Rayados and our Chivas Femenil going has a double header this weekend. Come join us. Good afternoon, Mr. and Mrs. Latino America and all the Chiva hermanos and Chiva hermanas around the globe. All you mothers and Mr. Chiva brothers and sisters. Come and join us. Welcome to We Go Chew Live. We're transmitting directly from La Perla Tapatía, home to the most glorious of teams, El Club Deportivo Guadalajara. Welcome everyone to the center of the Chivaverse. Joining me today are Gaby Silva. ¿Cómo estás, Gaby?
Hi, Robert, and hi, Chiva hermanos. Everybody joining the chat already, starting the Chivas conversation. We have a lot of information. I know I always say that, but we do. We have a lot of information. Of course, the weekly MVP, what's happening right now with Chivas Femenil, with Chivas, with Tapatio, everything you need to know about Chivas. And remember that this is the space for all Chiva hermanos and Chiva hermanas that live outside Mexico, and they speak mostly in English, but remember that we can speak English, Spanish, Spanglish, whatever, because we speak Chivas. Welcome, everybody. Alfredo, how are you, my friend?
Hi, Gabby. Hi, Robert. Hi, Chiva hermanos. Very happy, very excited to be here with you guys. We have plenty of activity coming up. El Rebaño is coming back to Estadio Akron. There is a historic record that we could surpass this precise weekend. We will be telling you about later. Big shout out to Juan Carvajal, who's watching us and supporting us from California. Curtis Williams from Little Rock, Arkansas. Chivas for Life, who says he's coming to La Perla Tapatía to watch the Chivas against Monterrey in El Clásico Tapatío. Very happy for you, man. Luis Gil, who's watching us from California. Fatima Islas, Erika Aguilar. Big shout out to everyone who's watching us, and very excited to be here with you guys because there's plenty of information. Almost halfway through the regular season. Time to do some halfway checks and balances. And of course, we want to hear from you guys. And for that, right to our official WhatsApp, which you will be watching on screen pretty soon. It is plus 33 26 67 241 plus 52 133 26 67 241. Let us know your questions, let us know your comments, and share with the community.
Yes, everybody, don't forget, come and join us. This is the center of the Chivaverse. We want to hear what you have to say. We have tons to talk about. We're like rushing a little bit, but we want you to please participate with us. You are the center of the Chivaverse. We're just here hanging out and helping you guys express yourselves. So please, please, please come and join us. And like Alfredo says, if you have something to say, come and join us. We'd love to see you, and you could become famous. Who knows?
Who knows? Right? And it's been a while. I mean, we are nice people, and we all talk about what we love the most, right? Chivas Femenil, Tapatio, everything regarding Chivas. So please, please join us in the show. We can have a little chat. Whatever it is that you want to talk about, come and join us.
Come and share, because you probably have the same ideas that we do. We just want to see meet in the middle of the Chivaverse. But first, it's that time of the class. I'm still. It's that time of the year. No, we're going to talk about the MVP.
It's that time of the week.
So I have so many things to grade. It's that time of the week. The MVP, my friends. Drum roll, virtual. We don't have money to buy a drum roll. Here we go, my friends. Who is your MVP? Let us see. Show us, Sergio. Who is our lista, the MVP?
No,
thank you.
Remember,
there we go.
Yes.
There we go.
Who's going to be? Who's it
going
to be?
These are the nominees.
Right. Gabi, you go first. Why did you choose Licha? Like, if we don't know, why?
Sure. So remember that almost every single pick of mine has been a Chivas Femenil player. Whatever. Anyway, this time is Licha because not only did she had a spectacular game against Pachuca Femenil on last game, but she scored a doblete. And also she became, to this day, the top scorer of Liga MX Femenil en fase regular. So Licha just keeps adding, man. She just keeps adding awards, records, trophies, and whatnot. So this week, and because we're going to, of course, going to talk about it in more depth about the game against Pachuca Femenil, which, by the way, in my opinion, was a Liguilla game, but we're going to
Yes.
talk about it later. Licha was just Licha, right? So she had a brace on that game, and she is to this day. And also remember, a video is coming to the YouTube Chivas official channel. So just an FYI about the specific record. But yes, she is to this day the top scorer of the entire Liga MX Femenil. So yay, Licha. So remember, Team Gabi, go and vote right now. Go and vote right now. The poll is active on YouTube. So who's next?
Team Gabi. Okay, I don't have a Team Robert, so we're gonna go with Team Alfredo. Team Alfredo,
So-
who did you choose, bro?
I chose Eric Gutierrez because I think that he played a very good match the other day on Saturday. Concretely, I think that he was alert on when to come up and do those coverages, do those recoveries high up the pitch. He was very disciplined with the book in that sense. He's also the guy who gives that oxygen to the defense when we're trying to play the ball from behind. I think that he's a very smart player and that he's stacking some really good performances so far. So vote Eric Gutierrez to keep up to keep myself on the leaderboard because I'm sitting
still
as
winning.
a leader right now.
Hey.
Yeah.
You're still winning 2-1.
Yeah.
You know what? You guys have great candidates, and the truth was that it was hard for me. I grew up as a defender, so I love people who like to give and not receive. Yeah. So our defenders, I was going to go with Mosso first because he did a great job. He did a great job on his side. Nothing passed him. But I am an Oso believer. Okay. And for me, with Guti, okay, I have to agree with Alfredo because Guti and El Oso, they took control of the midfield. And for a good part of the game, I feel that they were the motor, along with Nene, because they were feeding them. But for me, also did a great job. He doesn't have a lot of assists this season, but he has a lot of recuperations and rebounds. So for me, also, without also, it would have been a different game. In general, I think I love Chivas this game. We did not win again, but also my respects. So those are our
There we
three
go.
candidates, people. Who do you believe will win?
And the poll is already up right now here in our YouTube channel, and stay tuned because we will be discussing who's the MVP in this way I think this is already the 5th week that we do it this way, and please vote and let us know, the Chivaverse that we are a democratic institution as well.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And I think people are loving this kind of interaction because we also make them like maybe somebody doesn't even have one of these three, so it's interesting to see this kind of POV from the people already watching and interacting in the chat. So yay, go and vote for Licha, please. But it's active already right now in the YouTube, in the streaming of YouTube. You can watch the poll right there and you can vote. And at the end of the show, we'll give away the winner.
Sounds
You gotta
good.
do it. I already voted 3 times for myself. So
Hey,
I'm just kidding. Come on, guys. Please participate. We love it. And we love that you guys are there with us. And comment, please. Comment.
Yeah.
Who do you think did the best job, right? Who was it? Was it Licha? I love that picture of Licha, by the way. Que bonita foto de perfil. What a fierce picture, man. I love that. Whoever took that picture, shout out. Or Eric Gutierrez with his semi-lento way of playing, but when he turns on the power, he speeds up hyperdrive. Or my Oso believer. He's cuddly. He's like Ted, he doesn't respect. He just goes for it. All right. So come on, guys. Please participate with us. And now to the topic that everybody is dying to talk about, nuestro Cruz Azul Chivas. My friends, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So, before we talk about Rayados, give me your impressions. I have my impressions. What do you guys think? Guys on the chat too, how did you see the game? Because you know me, I'm always a glass half full. But what did you guys see? What did you guys see? Gabi.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So again, and I'm going to repeat the speech I gave last week because I mean, yeah, we did it good with Leon, and we were like, okay, we got this again. We were again on this strike, of knowing exactly what's needed in every single game. And we also discussed the importance of this particular game because we came from winning from against Leon, and Cruz Azul came from losing to Atlético San Luis. So it was just if a two teams that really needed this kind of win to just for reinsurance. You know what I mean? So I think Chivas had a very good position, technically speaking, and we talked about this. We also talked line by line, and we analyzed like every single possibility. However, all those things worked. Everything from the defense to the midfield worked perfectly. But again, we cannot score. That is my issue right now. And I think it's a current issue with Chivas in the last couple of weeks, actually. And remember, we've been
Years.
years, and we exactly. And we had this exact same problem with America. Say whatever you like, but America didn't, no nos golearon. You know what I mean? And it's Chivas, they were in equal positions most of the game, unfortunately. And we said it, and we know this. You win if you score. Okay. Chivas couldn't do it. With Leon, it was a different story. And we were like, okay, we got this. And with Cruz Azul, I think we had an amazing first half again, and we were doing it. The work was being done. We talked about right now about Guti, about Oso, about Mozo, like every single piece in the midfield to defense. Tala, oh my goodness. But we cannot, complete that last Hormiga. How many chances we had from Hormiga? And I mean, it's just frustrating from the point of view that we cannot complete the play. And there were a couple of amazing plays by Piojo and coordinating. And you know what, like this kind of dance, if you allow me to say that expression, but we cannot achieve that last touch, like that last thing that it's called a goal, and that makes us win games,
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's
Goles son amores. Goles son
Yeah.
amores. Yeah, we saw that. America didn't play very well. They scored. Cruz Azul, I think, was surprised by our Chivas. Remember, they're the leaders,
yeah.
right, of the competition. And I think we played them man to man very, very well. Truly, truly. Beltran gave a great game. I saw them start to run out of gas a little bit at the end, but I still think that it could have been anyone. Yeah, Alfredo, what do you think?
Yeah. You know, I was, as Gabi said, I myself, I'm starting to think that we're maybe cursed at Estadio Ciudad de los Deportes because second straight Saturday playing there. The other day, it was a Clásico de Mexico, this time against Cruz Azul. We created a lot of chances in both games. This last game against Cruz Azul, we had some solid scoring occasions. We were just watching one where we hit the crossbar and then it hits the back of the Cruz Azul goalkeeper and almost gets in if he wouldn't have reacted so fast. I think that the team presented a positive version, a solid version, playing without any sort of complexes against the league leaders, who of course are at a great state of shape. I think that we played a solid game. We had chances until the very end. The Cruz Azul goalkeeper had some solid interventions, like the one we're seeing right now. And I was pleased to see Chivas play such a good game after a 3-game week. That was the third game of the week. We had played at Capital Rojiblanca 7 days earlier. Then we came back to Guadalajara, defeated León, and then presented a solid version. I think that the team is presenting a good physical tone. I think that the team is presenting a good competitive version, and that the guys up front, the guys who move the ball, are understanding each other as well. So it's a matter of finding the goal. It's a matter of connecting with the goal, especially away. And I'm pretty sure that if we keep playing in this line, they will come sooner rather than later.
Yes, definitely, because it's offensive, and we've been seeing this the whole season. I think we've had our ups and downs, but I think solidly they're approaching the other side of the pitch with the ball,
Right.
and we are putting the correct type of pressure. I feel that sometimes they pass the ball around too much, in front of the goal. Sometimes a first shot is what's needed,
Right.
and that would move everyone. I still have a lot of faith in Gonzalez. He has to, and truly, of our forwards that we have right now, my friends, he's the one that I see that could do most damage, in the matches, and I think that Gago sees that as well, and that's why he has set him up and given him the confidence. So we have to be patient. Remember, guys, we're detrás de sofá. All right.
Yeah, no, it's
okay.
It's always easier. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so much easier for us to talk about it, and I'm seeing a lot of comments which we will discuss in a little while.
Yeah, and exactly
totally.
because of that, because we are not trained professionally to be, coaches or managers or whatnot. Like, we speak mostly from the fan point of view, and it's extremely frustrating. I mean, yeah, sure, we can analyze and we can dissect every single part of the game and be super professional, technical, and whatnot. But at the end of the day, we would love to talk about, and we scored 3 times and we won the game. And but having those opportunities, almost at that end line where you're at the edge of your seat and you're like, oh my God,
Yeah.
So it's coming. I mean, we're going to talk more in depth about this, but we are heading actually already, right? The middle of the season, the tournament. We can talk about what's been going on and what are we dealing with at the moment, facing the 5th position in the table. I think we're still in the 5th. I don't remember, but what are we expecting for the second half of the season, Robert?
Of the tournament? Yes, I'm expecting. I agree with Alfredo. I think we're going to find our flow. And guys, it's just that magical moment. As soon as the goals start falling, then I think that we'll be able to relax a little bit more. And like you said, yes, there's a lot to be done. There's a lot of work. I don't think, though, and we're going to listen to Gago right now, but I don't think that I can, from my position as a fan, really criticize Gago, because Gago's there all the time. He knows what's going on. Yeah, so he knows what's there. He knows who he's putting in there. We're seeing a lot of returns. We see Charal coming back. Hopefully, Cade will be back soon. Remember, we have a lot of injuries. Pavel is recuperating his form. He was coming off another injury. A lot of criticism for those players. But again, guys, imagine that you're the player. Imagine you just got operated. Imagine all of these things that come into your mind as a regular person, no? And that anxiety they might feel. But I will tell you something that I have not seen with this team recently, before we go to Gago, and that I have seen that they are very confident in themselves, and I do not see them despairing as much. At the end of the match against Cruz Azul, I saw them rushing a lot, but because the time had caught up to them. But before that, they had been playing a good, solid football. They were confident they were going to score. And, well, just time ran out. Time ran out. And we need all of those other pieces back. We have a lot of people on the injury list. So as soon as those guys are back, I'm sure we're going to see a different Chivas, one that scores a little bit more. Let's listen now to El Profe Gago's conference after the game.
En líneas generales, encontramos el partido que veníamos a buscar, sabíamos lo que ellos podían generar a partir de su movimiento, de su circulación. Creo que hicimos un partido correcto, un balón detenido. Nos complica el marcador, pero el equipo lo jugó, lo disputó y creo que tuvimos situaciones para emparejar el partido. Algo que hacemos es tratar de corregir y de seguir adelante. Creo que hoy, en líneas generales, el partido estuvo bien, hay que seguir corrigiendo cosas, pero creo que el equipo estuvo en una situación de partido muy buena, donde generamos situaciones donde sabíamos que ellos nos querían generar y tratamos de cortar los circuitos de juego.
There you go. There you go, Alfredo. What do you take from this? His
I think
feedback.
that I think he has that expression, that attitude at a press conference, at a post match press conference, that he was maybe, I would say, of course not pleased because we lost, but he was confident that if we keep ourselves on the same line, we will be able to get positive results. When a coach sees something that he doesn't like on the pitch, he, even though he could say, he could use words to make up for it. You could clearly see that when they're not pleased. I think that in this case, Gago was pleased with what he saw. I think that he was pleased with the occasions created. We got to add as well that Cruz Azul didn't create a lot of occasions on us. In fact, their goal was from an indirect free kick or a corner kick, I guess, but it was from a pelota parada. It was not from a play that they fabricated where they beat our defensive system. So I think that he was not sad. He was not very upset, of course, with the result, but maybe not with the performance, because we saw a team that, as he said, it's a team that is very well compenetrated, and I think that we'll be getting the results sooner rather than later.
Sooner rather than later, and they're moving to Monterrey. Let's talk
yeah.
a little bit about what's going on in Monterrey. ¿Cómo ves, Gaby? What's going to happen in Monterrey?
Okay, so as we mentioned last week, when we were like, okay, let's turn the page because we won against Leon and the odds were with us apparently, and it worked. But remember, we're facing the number 1 seed, blah, blah, blah. And, the rest is history. So right now, again, we're facing the 3rd place in the table, a very tough team with a very competitive game and, a propuesta de juego, if I'm allowed to say it like that. So again, we have to be careful. And just back to your point, Robert and Alfredo, about regardless of the injuries, like, I think that Chivas is doing pretty well. I mean, yes, of course, we would want to have Cade back. He was having amazing chemistry with Piojo. He was a solid wing and assistant to Hormiga in this case. So it was he was like almost that one of those key players in such short time. And unfortunately, he's not here right now. But I think, he's not here. And I still think that Gago knows exactly how and where to place every single play and every single player. And the proof is, yes, I know, and we lost against Cruz Azul and we lost against America and whatever, but the situation inside the pitch is what I'm trying to get at. I mean, we can get a little bit more technical here, but the options are there. Like, the stability is there. Like, we, to this day, we haven't faced a team that is like, oh my goodness, like, nos revolcaron. You know what I mean?
No, not at all.
Not at all. Not at this point. So even though we had history with America in recent games, and yes, of course we lost, but it was not like the loss. And with Cruz Azul was exactly the same thing. Like, everything was working out. And so I think it's flowing. It's happening. I'm expecting a better second half of the season. Of course, we're going to have Cade back. We're going to have Javier back. We're going to have Pavel. We're going to have all the elements. And slowly but surely, we should be able to get that back. And we remember we were always also saying that Hormiga, like, he's very young, and sometimes he's very impulsive, and he tries to score a goal, whatever it takes, And sometimes I think it just a sense of maturity, and I think it's happening, and I think it's going to happen sooner than later.
Oh yeah.
Yes. He's a kid. he's still a kid. So he's doing where he's at the right place. Maybe he's missing that millisecond, or he's missing to put his foot in the right position. But he has that, man. He showed it to us in the Sub when he was playing with the youth divisions.
Yeah.
And he has a great mind. He has a great mentality. He's a diamond in the rough, And we just really, 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 really need to be patient. And, also not to agrandecerlo too, and not to criticize in excess. All
exactly.
Right? The guy's a kid. He's playing a sport. He's doing his job. And let's just support him like we always do, like the Chivaverse always does. And speaking of the Chivaverse, Alfredo, what's going on in the chat, my friend?
So yeah, we have plenty of comments. Big shout out to everyone who's saying hello: Moni Lopez, Alberto Garcia, Tabito Parra Martinez, Laura Silva, Junior David Garcia, Victor Ayala Perez, who always sends a message filled of love, Charlie Mason, El Llorel Cruz de la Cruz Vázquez, who's watching us from Monterrey, Eric Aguilar, Jose Manuel Rodriguez, big shout out to Dan Marquez, Roselín, Jose Antonio Runteria Jiménez, Fátima Islas, Víctor Guzmán, Paola Taere, Jacqueline Razo, Miguel de la Rosa, Leticia Sánchez, César Olvera, Isa, Nicanor Martínez Gómez, Pablo Ríos, Carla Aldana. Big shout out to everyone, José Speri. Big shout out to everyone who's watching us, Adolfo Souza. And of course, Chivas for Life, who is presenting some positive comments as well.
Thanks.
And everyone wants to speak about Femenil, but we still have some Varonil content, right? We still gotta speak about the upcoming match against Rayados. Yeah,
there's tons to talk about. Yes, but
where to watch?
Oh my goodness, yes,
logistics.
The chat is all crazy.
Yeah,
it's going insane. ¿Qué pasó?
No, it's exploding.
We'll get there. But first, let's talk about that Chiva vibe, okay? I don't know if you guys remember, but there was a Chiva hermano who's a salesperson here at the Akron. And every time the porra starts, the guy turns around and he starts, Ale Rebaño, queremos la copa. He just starts going crazy, man. And El Pollo Briseño said, I got to meet this guy. And guess what happened, my Chiva hermanos?
They met?
Guess what happened? They met.
Oh,
the vendedor finally came, and he got the royal treatment.
Oh, that's
Can we
beautiful.
see that track? Let's talk about Pedro, el vendedor.
¿Cómo estás?
Hola, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? ¿Bien y tú?
¿Todo bien? ¿Listo?
Sí, listísimo.
Listo, pues vámonos.
Vámonos entonces. Y te lo juro que con esta experiencia que estoy viviendo, yo tengo tanto que agradecerle a Chivas, a la gente, al club, a todos los jugadores que han pasado hasta la fecha, que no solamente me han regalado alegrías, me han regalado muchas experiencias. Pero pues tampoco no se pierde la oportunidad de gritar de vez en cuando, cantar, alentar y hacer que la gente se envuelva o se meta dentro del partido. No me la creía que me hayan grabado, yo siempre lo he dicho hasta ahorita, pero me lo manda un amigo, lo estoy viendo y me saco de eso, me saca mucho de onda, me llega una sorpresa de decir, órale. O sea, qué padre, ¿no? Que alguien de Perdi se haya dado cuenta de que estábamos ahí, pero que realmente pues no lo hice con esa intención, simplemente de disfrutar junto con todos los demás en ese momento. A pesar de que mi papá es Puma, mi papá siempre me quiso hacer Puma y bendito sea Dios no se le hizo. Pero sí, veía a la familia y yo creo que donde de plano me di cuenta que era chivista a morir, un chiva hermano más, es a los edad de 4 años, viendo un clásico, de hecho, un Chivas América en el Jalisco, y de ahí es donde yo digo, Chivas no se va a ir de este corazón nunca. Desde que me contactaron primero por ahí en medio de mi Instagram, pues la verdad es que sí me emocionó mucho la idea de poder asistir al partido, a disfrutarlo como un aficionado, pues que me dijeran, ¿sabes qué? Alguien como tú que viene a trabajar y que disfruta de esta manera, con esa pasión, con esa garra, con esa intensidad al cantar junto con los demás un partido de Chivas, pues no se merece venir a trabajar este día, se merece venir a disfrutarlo y pues sí, la verdad es que estoy muy emocionado.
Una, dos, tres. Una para ti y una para tu mujer. Un pequeño detalle, hermano, de Tribuna Rojiblanca.
Muchas
Que sigas viviendo la pasión del Guadalajara de esa manera. Felicidades, loco. Es lo que...
No, y al contrario, gracias a ustedes. Bienvenida al Estadio del Rojiblanco, bienvenida al Estadio Akron. Este es el Estadio de Chivas, el equipo de mis amores. Estadio Akron, me enseñas Gaby y espero que lo disfrutes aquí junto conmigo. Esta experiencia yo creo que va a ser inolvidable tu primera vez. Está padrísimo ver a los históricos del Rebaño en esos muros como el Chícharo, Don Chava Reyes, que en paz descanse, Benjamín Galindo, el Tigre Sepúlveda, tuvo Gómez, Omar Bravo, máximo goleador, el Bofo, Ramón Ramírez, o sea, está padrísimo este pasillo, quedó muy padre y recordar es volver a vivir y yo creo que esta experiencia no se me va a olvidar nunca. Un placer, muchas gracias, un gusto en conocerte.
Igualmente, estamos, gracias. Está la camisita.
Ok.
¿Tienes deuda? ¿Sí?
No, pues muchas
Sigue
gracias.
apoyando igual, contacte a la gente. Estamos
Desde ahorita sí va a ser y así va a ser. Muchas gracias y a darle con toda la...
Nos vemos. Con permiso.
Muchas gracias. A toda la gente también que le dio me gusta y que reprodució y quiso llegar a Chivas, también les doy muchas gracias. Sin ustedes no hubiera sido posible nada de esto. Y muchas gracias a Chivas por darme esta oportunidad. La verdad es que lo estoy disfrutando al máximo, estoy muy feliz, estoy muy contento, la emoción y lo que se me está poniendo la piel chinita, no tengo palabras para describirlo. Y también gracias al pueblo briseño por la playera y al Tribuna Rojiblanca también por supuesto, que nos trajo aquí a esta experiencia. Muchas gracias por todo, en serio.
There we go.
Boom.
Beautiful,
That-
beautiful.
Beautiful.
Oh yeah, it was good to see, and his story is so like any of us, that you pretty much become a fan one day from one day to another, and it just happens. It's like a flower that blossoms.
Yeah, it just pops up. Actually, I had something similar. I went to a Chivas America game at the Jalisco, and immediately I fell in love with Chivas. The next day, I went and looked for magazines and everything I could find to know a little bit more about the story. It's an incredible story, my friends.
It is.
And to prove that, we have another incredible story, Oswaldo Sanchez, viejito y todo, right? We're going to look at his atajadones. Alfredo, tell us what's up with this.
There we go. So Osvaldo had his birthday the other day on Saturday, concretely, and we prepared a special of some of his best saves, concretely 6. There we go with the first one, protecting the small box using his body to protect that low angle. Let's take a look at this one, Osvaldo. What am I right, Robert? That he was very good at those sort of throws that we're watching right now. It wasn't he like. He was kind of like a monkey that would jump from branch to branch.
He would swing, and especially against Atlas.
Yeah, interesting aspect. Not a lot of goalkeepers are so athletic when they're throwing themselves that way.
Actually, Osvaldo was a different kind of goalie when he started. If you looked at him, he was a combination, and we could see it reflected now with Tala Rangel and Tala. The original Tala. If you look at them, they stop.
Yeah.
They stop very similar to Oswaldo Sanchez.
Yeah.
They're almost carbon copies of them. This one with Cabañas. Oh, the Cabañas. That was
And
great.
people are remembering Osvaldo right now pretty often because he also has like that a similar look from Tada, like physically speaking. They all both have black hair, and they kind, it's always nice to see a player that looks like another one from the past. You brings back many memories. So
They have
I
similar
guess,
body structures. No, they're similar.
yeah,
Look at that. Against Cruz Azul.
there
Look
we
at that.
go.
I love
Uh,
that jersey. Remember that
yeah.
one?
Was Osvaldo a canterano?
No,
No, he wasn't.
no,
Okay.
we're not going to talk about that.
We're not going to
He
talk
was a canterano, but from someone else. It was a brother from another mother.
Okay. Sore subject. That one's a triple save.
Well,
He first
yeah.
stopped there,
Yes.
One,
then that one,
two.
and then the one we're about to save. Triple save in the same play.
Who
So
shot?
yeah, talking about Chivas legends, right?
Yeah.
Chivas legends, and he played last week too in the Clásico de Veteranos, right?
And the legends.
Yeah, the legends. It wasn't Clásico. It was Europa
No.
against America, right?
It
Something
was
like
the
that.
legends of Mexico and the legends of the world.
Oh yeah, they
Yes.
played
I
in
don't know if you
Monterrey.
watched that. That was pretty
Yes.
epic.
It
Like
was good.
it was like mind blowing. I had not much of idea of that game, and then I turned on the TV and I saw Pirlo, and I saw Buffon, the goal.
Pogba.
Exactly, Drogba. It was like what? And on our side, it was Jorge
Yeah.
Campos. He started and he was amazing.
He
And
was.
then it was Osvaldo Sanchez and he was amazing. Kikin, it was incredible. And Matador Luis Hernandez. A lot of very familiar faces, and it was very good to see. And if you saw that, Osvaldo still has it. Like
He does.
he still has it. Like he's very athletic, and it was very fun to see. It was very, very nostalgic, if you ask me.
Yeah, but it was good to see him. They were playing with pleasure.
Yep, they were
Yeah,
having
that match,
fun.
they were having fun, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what it should be about, right? All this stuff that we talk about, it should be fun. It should be fun.
Should be.
Yeah.
But my friends, we need to move on. There's tons of people we know what they want to talk about. But first, where can we watch this match?
Yeah, first logistics, right?
Yes. Where can we do it? Alfredo, give it to us.
So this is Saturday, this upcoming Saturday, exactly in 3 days' time. Chivas Monterrey, match week 10 of Liga MX. Gotta say that Rayados has disputed one game more than Chivas, so don't deceive yourself. If you see that they have 6 points more than us, we're gonna make it 3, and if we make it 3, we have still one game left. So Chivas has played 9, Rayados has played 10. It will be match week 10 for us and officially for the league. Just letting you know, in Mexico, it will be on the screen of Prime Video. In the United States, it will be on Telemundo. Kickoff is set at 5:09 p.m. Central Mexican time, 5:10 p.m. Central Time of the United States. And I gotta say that I absolutely love this schedule. The latest Saturday night game is the perfect way to end your Saturday with some Chivas against Rayados.
Prime time on Prime Video.
Ay, ay, ay.
How?
Coined a phrase. Ouch.
Yeah.
You coined a phrase. You coined a phrase.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
my people. So we got to get to what they're going to say. Prime Video is so beautiful. The streaming, such a different.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got lost on that one.
And it's so high end, it speaks so nice about us.
It does. It's beautiful. It's magnificent. Magnificent. Gabi, let's talk about our magnificent ladies because they played a magnificent match the other day. So let's talk
Okay.
about Femenil. Everybody who's out there, let's listen. Gabi.
Okay,
what did
so
you see?
thank you. So yeah, I know a lot of you. So just quickly, I know everybody in the chat, and not even in the chat, on social media in general. I know a lot of people have a lot of questions, and a lot of people are confused. And remember that the official source will always be Chivas. It's us on We Go to Live. It's not the Chivas. is La Previa, is of course the official website, is of course the official social media accounts. So please stay tuned for any new information regarding Chivas Femenil. But right now, let's talk about what happened in El Estadio Jalisco. Remembered that we played in Estadio Jalisco against Pachuca Femenil, which was expected to be a very, very, very tough match. And it was. It didn't disappoint. It was a very exciting match. 6 goals overall in the entire game. 3 for Chivas, 3 for Pachuca. Doblete de Licha, doblete de Charlene. Like, it was spectacular from start to finish. If you watched the game, the first goal from Licha actually came at the almost 2-minute mark. Gol de vestidor, as we like to call it. And it was a very
It was a well played game.
Yeah, very well disputed.
Disputed. It was back and forth. We had been watching a match that had, the previous experience we'd had were a pretty eye openers. And with this match, I think, yes, we calmed the waters. Las Chingonas were able to do it. We can call them that again. They gave a spectacular match against Pachuca, but it was blow for blow. It was like watching a boxing match.
No, totally.
There was no moment to sit down and relax. Gabi, you were saying.
I'm sorry. I think I had a little technical difficulties. I think I froze for a minute. I don't know where I lost the connection, but it was a very early goal for Chivas Femenil, the first goal from Licha. And I think that from that moment on, the momentum of the game shifted, and it was entirely from Chivas. So, I mean, and shortly after that, Pachuca's first goal came, and it was just a goal, ultimately leaving the final score in a tie 3-3 game. But it was, in my opinion, and I said this at the beginning of the show when we were talking about the MVP, for me, this was like a Liguilla game. Like, this is something you would expect.
Definitely was a playoff game.
Yeah.
Something that, we would be expecting for the end of the season, right?
Can you see?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah,
I'm sorry. It's raining cats and dogs right now, so my connection can be a little bit unstable. So I apologize.
No worries. You were saying it's a Liguilla game.
Just to close my commentary, it was incredible. Licha again with the goal. We had another one from Gabi Valenzuela, and I mean, it was an intense game from start to finish. And again, we say this every single time: trust the process, and we are surely getting there. We are not having the best season right now. I think this could be one of the worst starts of the season for Chivas Femenil so far in the entire history of Liga MX Femenil, unfortunately. But we know how this works. Sometimes you are up here, sometimes you are not so up there. So it's just a matter of getting back into the game. And Licha is Licha, and every single component of the game, of the team, every single line, we just have to keep trusting the process and the players. Like, we know that they are giving their all, absolutely their all, to win these games.
Totally.
And people need to also realize they've been playing almost for the last 2 weeks double headers.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 1-1. Remember, they went away to the Summer Cup. They had to come back. We had 2 games that we had to pay back, basically. And we're seeing it. I think we're starting to recoup players here as well. Cassandra's back. I could see, Chelly is almost ready to be and starter. And everybody's doing a good job. I saw it. I saw the happiness come back to their play. And Licha, like you said, the leader. That first goal was beautiful. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Now that you mentioned the Summer Cup. Yeah.
The Summer Cup. Yeah, nobody recalls those things. Everybody always, like I said, we're couch potatoes.
Right.
There's the sofa. So many of the things, that we're looking at have to do with that. But look at that. Licha, she's back. Give her a chance. Give them a chance. Give the players a chance. Give the coach a chance. They're going to play against Pumas at the Olímpico this weekend. No, is it this weekend? Yes, right?
Yes,
Yes. So another
and it's going to be.
another match. It's 2 days. They had at least another week this time to relax a little bit.
It's
But
tomorrow, actually, against Pumas. It's
Oh,
yes,
tomorrow.
it's
Pumas is
tomorrow,
tomorrow.
Thursday.
In
Oh, and
And
Sunday, Tigres.
Ciudad
Tigres
Universitaria.
too.
Yeah.
Yes,
So it's a
And
following
Tigres on
weekend.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Tigres. All right. So be patient. Let us be patient. And let us trust, like you said, Gabi, in the process. And why don't we listen to Profe Kino's words? Because we're going to be looking at something that maybe you haven't seen before. Another side of El Profe.
Yeah, straight from Chivas TV. There we go. So this is the match the other day, dressing room. Remember, we played that
First, and then we'll comment on it.
Comas el pinche balón y si no lo tengo, las tengo que corretear. Hoy no hay peros, hoy no hay pretextos. Tienen lo mismo que ustedes, pero el corazón lo tienen que poner más arriba que ellas. ¿Si aguantas? ¿Segura? Escuchen. Alguien que no pueda. ¡Hey, hey, hey! ¡Felicidades! Así tienen que salir cada medio tiempo. ¡Felicidades! ¿Hace cuánto que no lo decía, chingada madre? ¿Eh? ¡Sí, el rival! ¡Sí! ¡Tan cabronas ustedes también! Sí, si ves que se la van a dar, anticípate y gánala. Hemos ganado varios balones y hemos quedado mano a mano. Y de frente a la portería. Sí, métanla, métanla. Se está haciendo bien. ¿Queda claro? ¿Algo de ustedes?
No dejo de ver el balón cuando vayan a jugar rápido. No dejo de ver el balón. No le doy la espalda al balón.
Let's talk about that. Alfredo, what did you see there? I got goosebumps, my friend.
No, totally. I gotta confess, I hadn't seen Profe Kino that way. I think that he was totally into it. He's 100% suffering more than the fans. He feels it, and I think that it's very admirable to see him that way after what's been going on lately with the team. Because how in football, the coach is always the guy that's signaled by the press, by some part of the fans, by the bots. So he knows what he has in his shoulders, and he's shaking it. He's shaking it. I think that the team presented a positive version the other day, playing at Jalisco, which of course we were at home, but it's not the Akron. It's not to put excuses, but everything counts, as we were mentioning the Summer Cup earlier. So I feel hopeful after seeing Kino this way, and I feel hopeful by seeing that the girls believe in him.
True. Gabi, your impressions?
Yeah, I mean, again, as we were saying at the beginning of this section in particular, I know a lot of people are upset, are confused, and are like asking for one specific thing that the club needs to do. So remember, at the end of the day, we know we are in a very tough situation right now. There was a statement that was released last week explaining reasons and what happened. So we have to stick with that, and this is why we are showing you exactly this kind of clips, because there is no issue inside the dressing room. The players are very focused on what they need to do and what they need to accomplish and what things they have to overcome, because remember that hit in Ciudad de los Deportes was not good, and it was painful and it was upsetting, and I get it. I mean, I get it completely. Again, we are fans. We are lucky enough to work with Chivas, to be the face of Chivas in some occasions. But at the end of the day, we are also fans. So we get it. We understand that it is not an easy situation. But this is exactly why we wanted to show you this clip right here, because the players trust their coach. The players trust their manager, and he is doing what it needs to be done, and the players are doing what it needs to be done. It's not always going to be roses and rainbows, and we know that. And as soccer, football fans, we know that. We need to stay together. We need to stay united. The players need us, we need them. It's a two-job situation. And I could not be prouder of this team, of calling myself a Chiva hermana, of calling myself a Chiva fan. And I trust the players and I trust the process. I don't want to get into specific names. I know, and again, I get it, but we need to stay united and we need to stay together. And this is exactly why we are showing you this footage right here. So remember Detrás del Rebaño, which is actually, it should be live right now on Chivas TV. You can watch it right there, because regardless of the game that was spectacular in its own, I think it's very good and very positive for us fans to look at these behind the scenes with the coach, with the players, how attentive they are to what he's saying, and how aggressive and the best way possible his speech is. So I think it's very good for us also to see this kind of footage and what happens behind the scenes and what happens at halftime and what extra instructions they are getting. And it was overall a spectacular game. And I think good things are coming. So you have to listen and trust to the institution and to the guidelines of discipline and of well conduct. And remember, there was a statement that was released. There is a situation going on. We know that. But we have to stay united. And as a fandom, as we are, we have to be with our players right now more than ever. I'm sorry.
Totally.
I'm sorry.
I would like to add.
I didn't want to get emotional, but I was getting there.
I would like to add, Gabby, with on the same note that you were speaking about, the history of football, not only here in Mexico but also in Europe, of world football, has presented enough evidence that it is a little bit dangerous when the fan base takes the side of the player and not the side of the institution. And there's been very messy situations at other clubs, and I'm speaking about the 90s, 2000s. There's countless situations that because the fans take the side of the player and not the side of the institution, it could get a little dangerous for the institution, which at the end of the day, it's what matters the most, because at the end of the day, players come and go, the idols come and go. You'll always find a talented player in the next generation, but the institution remains.
This is true, and it's always easiest to see the grano negro en el arroz, right? It's always easy to break things up, destroy them, and not build them. So like I said to you guys, I'm not a Dete. I'm with Kino. And after watching the match and watching the Detrás del Rebaño, I can now say that I am more convinced that this was a magnificent game.
100%.
Because we have to be with them. Check it out. Just everyone, be patient. Be patient. Be patient.
Yeah.
Okay.
Totally.
Remember, we're Chivas. We're part of Chivas. Somos el alma. ¿Sí? Del equipo. ¿Sí?
Remember who said this. No somos Chivas de corazón. Somos Chivas de nacimiento. Who said that?
It was Chava Reyes. Yeah.
Chava Reyes.
Chava Reyes.
Of course.
Chava Reyes.
And that's it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. So, my friends, let's just deal with what we have. Remember, live the moment. Deal with what you have right now. Deal with facts and not with feelings, because feelings interrupt facts sometimes. And let's give our rebaño all of our heart. Yes, Gabi.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that. Exactly, Robert. Just let's stick with the facts, right? Just stay tuned for the official information that Chivas releases, which they already done. And there is all the information you need right now of what's happening. And we are still playing. We'll still have a season going on, and we still have to be with our players. That's all I'm going to say about
Totally.
that.
I see. And I'm going to add
Yeah.
something. And if you're not like that, then why are you with us?
Yeah.
Don't
No, no,
betray.
I
Don't
get
betray
it.
your colors.
I get it.
Don't betray your colors, my friends. But where can we watch the match? Gabi, tell us.
Yes, where can we watch the match? So remember, Chivas plays tomorrow in Ciudad Universitaria against Pumas Femenil, Thursday, September 26th. And you can watch in Mexico and in the United States through VIX, 7 p.m. Mexico time. And if you are on the other side of the world, you do the math. But week 12 of Liga MX Femenil, Pumas Femenil against Chivas Femenil, Thursday, tomorrow, September 26th, Mexico and the USA through VIX. You don't want to miss that.
That's right. We're going to win.
And then week 13 on Sunday. Oh, my, it's going to be a crazy week. Sunday, September 29th, Chivas Femenil against Tigres Femenil. Oh, my goodness. I'm already getting anxious. On Mexico, you can watch on Chivas TV. Remember, you can have Chivas TV por 30. How much is it?
39 pesos.
39 pesos al mes. And you can also watch through Fox Sports and in the United States through Telemundo Deportes, 7:05 p.m. Mexico time. You do the math. So it's going to be a crazy 3 days for Chivas Femenil coming up.
And for us fans as well.
Yes.
Yeah. Vamos a ganar. Hey, come on, guys. I can feel it. It's coming together. It's coming together. And now, ¿quién ganó? Let's talk about the MVP. Guys, we're running out of time.
Wait.
Let's do the MVP.
Did they send the results on the production?
No.
You're going to have to help us out
Production's
here.
got it. So we're gonna find out on air.
Ooh. We're gonna.
All right. Yes! No me digas.
Yes. I love this. I love it when it pops out and we don't even know who won. Thank you, production.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
best.
So yes,
Wonderful.
I mean, I think it's
That was
also
spicy.
about the sentiment. I think it's also because of the sentiment right now with Chivas Femenil. Like everybody wants to like apapacharlas, you know what I mean? So it's amazing to see that she won this weekly MVP, and I'm 2 votes up right now.
You are 2. You're 2-1.
Yes, we're 2-2.
Yeah, 2-1.
I'm 1.
Exactly.
Thank you, everybody that voted.
Yes, and I agree. Licha should win because that goal that she stopped with her thigh, man, that was just de otro nivel. You know, a person that can play football like that and doblete.
So yes, against
I agree, man. So, Licha.
Yeah, I was writing down. There we go.
Yeah, definitely.
Have a good one, guys.
Good
Enjoy
job.
your weekend.
Have a good one, my people.
Enjoy
We're out of
Chivas.
here. So, one more time. No dejen el barco. Okay?
Oh, never.
If you're a Chiva hermano, then you're a Chiva hermano always. Yeah, and if you don't know what you're talking about, then why talk about it? Because if not, you're just a bot. All right? I just 100%. See a bunch of bots sending a bunch of hate. Yeah, nosotros no somos así.
Distinguish who's a bot and who's a person. You gotta distinguish that. We're already 2024.
So, all our love for all our Chiva hermanos. Las chingonas van a ganar otra vez. Y mis chingones también. Okay, all my love, my people.
Have a good one, guys.
I'm wearing.
See you next week.
I ironed it.